Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to the first dev blog of Air Forces for patch 1.79. We've got a French Corsair coming up, the F4U-7, and let's take a look at her first and then go into the information Gaijin gives us for now. Now, very exciting indeed. They know how to show off a plane. I always get very excited by Corsairs because I love the look of these planes and I like to use them as boom and zoomers. Excellent planes. They go into a little bit of history why the company was still developing its Corsairs after the Second World War. They were used in the Korea War by the Americans as the AU-1 attack aircraft, which were F4U-6s, and the French also wanted this plane, so they got an order from France. They supplied the AU-1, but also AU-1s refitted with the engine from the F4U-4. Because the F4U-4's cowl was slightly different, its air intake was repositioned. So it's slightly different aircraft, and they renamed it the F4U-7, and they began to deliver them in 1953. They were the last series modification for this aircraft, and it took part in armed conflicts in French Indochina, Algeria, and the Suez Crisis. Interesting information. Still saw combat this version. Now, in place of the standard American armament, the French also have Schnepp unguided rockets, T-10 rockets, and 10 French high explosive 100 kilo bombs. Now that is very nice. It will be part of the French tech tree, not the American tech tree. For now, probably will come later. Hopefully one day. We want this in the American tech tree as well. And they say this is pretty interesting. Its technical characteristics are virtually identical to the F4U-4B and include the same characteristics basically. Although we can argue about how good the rate of climb is, whether that is excellent or just a little bit above average. But we'll get into that when we get hands on this plane. For now, we can assume that the flight model of the F4U-4B will be copy-pasted over to this plane, and you'll have a French version with a little bit different armament, which the main difference is they probably have the American armament available, and then these 114 Schnepp unguided rockets shown here in this picture. T-10 unguided rockets with 5 on each wing. Now that is this picture, also looks pretty badass. And they also have a 10 100 kilo bomb setup for the French. That's not shown here. This looks like 3 pylons of something here on each wing. But the plane looks fantastic. Little bit of different ordnance for the plane, and overall a Corsair for the French tree. I love Corsair, so I don't mind. I think it's great and it's historical, so it was actually used in combat. So I'll say let's go. We'll see it when it comes, and hopefully it will be an enjoyable aircraft. Probably will. Very effective for combined arms, probably. With all these ordnance, you can wreak havoc amongst ground targets, but we're probably going to look at it as a fighter, as usual. I don't want to weigh down a fighter like this with this ordnance, but if you want to use it in combined arms or as a ground attacker, you always can. A Corsair low to the ground, though, will quickly lose its edge and probably be shot down pretty quickly. But we'll go into that as soon as we get our hands on it in the new patch, or maybe on the dev server before then. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this little update. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.